Morning. It's just coming up to 10. So, yeah, just getting set up in your posture. So, if you're on a chair, maybe feet on the floor, trying to have a straight back, and just kind of taking this moment to get as comfortable as you can get. Yeah, so it's 10 o'clock. So, you're really welcome to the practice this morning. Thanks for joining me. We're going to do just a really simple practice on the breathing. So we've been doing lots of different practices over the last 4 weeks or so, and but we're coming back to the breath this morning. And like I've been practicing for about just over 20 years, and I've done loads of different complicated practices and visualizations, and but actually the one I come back to most often is just the simple breathing practice that somebody might be taught on their first day of meditation. Um, the challenge with the breathing practice is with just like focusing on the breathing is it could be at least initially not that interesting. Like the breathing is a subtle thing. It's not like watching a movie or something. So it's good to know that it's natural that I'll put my attention on the breathing and then it'll wander off into daydreaming. And then that's when the job of a meditator kicks in, which is just maybe briefly notice where am I going, and then most importantly, bring the mind back. So they say like kind of gently bring it back. We don't want to get like we don't need to be annoyed with ourselves. It's just the way it is. So we bring it back gently but firmly. Like we're still trying to bring it back to the breathing. So yeah, so we'll practice for about 10 minutes on that. So just kind of moving from whatever kind of doing mode that you've had to be in already this morning and all the different things you've already done today. Just kind of letting that go and instead just sinking into this moment, into your body. And for this short 10-minute practice, really there's nothing else we have to do. We can kind of let go of that. And then with meditation practice, it would be very difficult to practice without having some place to direct our attention. So in this case, we're going to direct the attention to the breathing. And it can even be helpful to have a specific place where we notice the breathing, like being even more focused. And that way it helps us to kind of know, am I noticing the breathing or am I not? So sometimes people focus on the breathing at the stomach. And it would be like the movement at the stomach as you breathe in and out. Or it could be the movement at the chest as you breathe in and out. Or people find the airflow at the nostrils is another place. Or you might find somewhere else. And they're all kind of equally good. It's just about noticing where would you most easily be able to catch your breathing, be aware of your breathing right now. So just taking a moment to choose a place. then just inviting the attention to rest in that place and just noticing your own natural breathing. There's nothing to change about the breathing. Like your own regular breathing is fine. It's just noticing it. And it's not so much thinking about the breathing either. It's directly feeling it, directly experiencing the breathing. So, where's your attention right now? And if it's on the breathing, that's fine. And if it's wandering from place to place, that's fine too. And it's just a matter of noticing, oh, I'm planning, or I'm giving out to myself, or I'm thinking back, or whatever. And then just lightly, but firmly inviting the attention back to the breathing. And putting the attention on the breathing, I don't need to like frown or try too hard at it. In fact, the least amount of effort is good. So just resting the attention on the breathing. And the breathing just becomes an anchor for the mind, for our attention. It's like the way a boat will have an anchor. It doesn't mean then that the boat is totally still, but the anchor still sort of keeps things more steady than they would be. So in this case, the breathing is the main anchor, it's the main focus. But it's fine that there's other things we might be aware of, thoughts maybe bubbling up. I'm aware of sounds at the moment of birds. I'm aware of like a little bit of tension in my shoulder. But the main focus at the forefront is the breathing. And that's all we're trying to do. Just bringing the breathing to the front of our attention and being aware of the movement as we breathe in, and the movement as we breathe out. Just being aware of the full duration of the in-breath and the full duration of your own out breath. And just staying with the breathing just for the final moments until you hear the sound of the bell. So then, coming out of the practice in your own time. So sometimes it's useful to reflect what was your practice like, and yeah, trying to be very positive. Like if your attention was on your breathing for half the time, that's great. If it was barely on the breathing at all, that's great too. Like that's the training. And then the more we get used to this, the more easy it is to find the breathing. And then it becomes easier to find it during the day as well. And that brings like more ability to be sort of steady, and also more ability to just notice and be present, enjoy things. So thanks for joining me this morning. The next practice is Thursday night at 9 p.m. So I look forward to practicing with you again soon.